Thanks to my mother, I had some of the best birthday parties growing up. Every good birthday party has cake, but my mom made the best. These were not your average birthday cakes. They are much more unique and original. Not only did they look good, but they tasted good too. Friends and family have always raved over her cakes. They even suggest she make a business out of it. In the past 3 years, friends and coworkers have asked her to cater cakes for their own family get-togethers. This Mother's Day, I was fortunate enough to spend time learning one of my mom's greatest talents. Luckily, she agreed to show me how to make one of these infamous masterpieces.
We prepare a golden cake batter. The cake bakes for 40 minutes. After letting the cakes cool, we cut them in half using a wire cake cutter. Then we spread a thin glaze made out of powdered sugar and water on the cake. This seals the cake and prevents crumbs from getting into the frosting. We let this set for about an hour. During the wait, we prepare our fondant. Fondant is an edible Play-Doh-like substance made out of powdered sugar and marshmallow cream. We are using our fondant to sculpt decorations for the cake, such as roses and circles. We used homemade buttercream icing to frost our cake. Once the cake is completely frosted, I dip my light knife into hot water. This allows you to give the cake a very smooth finish. Now we take our fondant and roll it into bowls that we will surround at the base of each tier. This is very time-consuming. Next, we cut out circles, which we will use to decorate the sides. To make the roses, I take a toothpick and surround it with petals. I actually got the idea to do this from playing with Play-Doh when Christina was younger. I'm sure there are much easier ways to make roses, but this is the only way I know. The last step is to place our handmade roses on top of the cake for a completed look. I was initially interested in baking cakes because of my great-grandmother. She had a chocolate cake recipe that was only in her head. I was always trying to figure out how to make this cake. I have never had any cooking classes, but it is something that I would love to do. Now that my children are growing up, I am beginning to miss making their cakes for their themed birthday parties. Fortunately, my friends from work still have little ones, and they ask me to make their cakes for. Sometimes the kids tease me for not making as time-consuming cakes for them. Baking cakes for my children is something I will always enjoy, as I have this Mother's Day.